Hello and welcome to another episode of FEA's My Facility podcast, where we dive into the latest innovations, trends, and solutions in facilities planning and management. We will bring you conversations with industry experts, innovators, and thought leaders to help you navigate the challenges and opportunities in managing your facilities. At FEA, we're committed to building excellence where we live, work, and play. So if you're looking to stay ahead of the curve and improve your asset management strategy or facility financial planning, you're in the right place. So let's jump in and unlock the secrets to smarter facility planning in today's episode.
Welcome, everyone, to the next edition of the FEA podcast. We hope these have been informative for you and helpful. My name is Matt Kutzler. I am a senior engineer at FEA. I've worked there since 2004. And today, I thought it would be interesting to talk with one of the contractors that we've partnered with for a long time on the repair and restoration side. The president of Virginia Waterproofing and Masonry we have with you today. So, Elias, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yes, Matt, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it. My name is Elias Hoya. I was born in El Salvador, the smallest country in Central America. I come out of a very small village. Came to the United States in 1989. I was 15 years old. I went to high school here at Thomas Edison High School in Fairfax County. So that's when I came in 1899. So after that, I graduated from Thomas Edison, but while I was in high school, I went into the automotive program.
Okay.
And after I finished, I went to work at a auto body shop. But after a while, I was getting some headaches from the chemicals and all of those things. So, at that point, I knew I had to look for something else.
Sure.
And a friend of mine that was in the restoration business referred me to a restoration company. And at that time, I went to apply for this company, and from the start, I felt good about it. I felt good going out to work every day. And when you now feel like it's not for you, you're going to work, but you're not happy about it.
Sure.
It was different for me at the time, and opportunities came. And I started to learn and take the opportunity of every position it was offered to me. So I started as a laborer, then I became a foreman, superintendent, and finally, 5 years ago, we decided to start our own company. So I am the president of the of Virginia Waterproofing and Masonry Inc. We started 5 years ago, but I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be here if we without the opportunities that I had and people that I knew from before gave me. There were very helpful to me, and that gave me energies and motivation to continue. And out of 100% of the clients that I used to deal with, and engineering that gave me the push, and I wanted, it's not because you're here, but you were one of those persons that really gave us that opportunity, to be jobs, and we were new. Other people closed the doors on us, but that's how it is. That's how it is. So, so you were one of those persons that really gave us the pat on the back to, and help us out to continue. And now we're more stable. And here in the office, my wife controls everything. I wouldn't have done it without her as well.
Sure.
Yeah, she's a big help to me in the office because I didn't know much about paperwork. I I knew all the hands-on work out there, controlling the jobs, managing, project manager, all that kind of stuff. But she's been a big plus in the office, and now so we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah, and no, I'm glad to hear that, and it's been great to see how your business has grown, just from the start to what it is now, and I think that's a testament to what you've done, Elias, just locally here in the Washington D.C. market, and the clients that you've worked for over the years and those relationships that you've developed. I know that, relationships are very important. So building that trust with clients, and being able to continually provide the service for what they need, and just getting to know them too, like the two of us have done outside of work. I think that's helped to foster that as well. So, speaking of some of the relationships that you've had with clients, who would you say are some of the folks that call you with some building challenges in this area? Do you think it's more condominiums or commercial properties, or who has been kind of the folks reaching out to you in the last 5 years for help with their facilities?
Yes, condominiums.
Okay.
Condominiums, we have developed a good relationship with quite a few property management companies that deal with condominiums.
When they contact you, are there certain challenges that you're seeing that's common to some of them, whether it be water infiltration or issues with concrete deterioration? What sort of common themes are you hearing from them in terms of what they're trying to address?
Yes, water intrusion is one of the biggest problems we see out there. And that's where quite a few property managers or owners are struggling with. Because sometimes it's because they let it go too long. They think that a small crack in the masonry or the sealants, the bond or cracked sealants, because they just see a small crack. They don't think that might be a big problem. They think that's a little thing. But as you know, and I know, water only needs a little small crack to penetrate, and then it travels and it can go inside the units or the offices and create a much bigger problem. So we're seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
Parking, I'm sorry, parking
No, go ahead.
structures as well, balconies, concrete deterioration. It is another problem that we're seeing in this area a lot. And that's where we've been doing a lot of work on lately.
Yeah, and no, you're right about water. It's that's sort of always the biggest challenge. It'll find a way where there is one, and just trying to figure out how that affects your structure. You're exactly right. A small issue could lead to a larger one if unaddressed. When folks are calling you to help with these, are you usually seeing it as sort of a reactive maintenance, like, hey, this issue has popped up? Or are you seeing condos like proactively address things like, hey, we know our sealants are, getting to the point of the end of the useful life, or we're starting to see more leaks in this particular area of plaza waterproofing? Do you see it more reactive or sort of proactive in your line of work?
I would say 50% of my clients are reacting to the
Okay.
problem. And the other 50%, they are proactive. And you can see the difference of the buildings that they are proactive than reactive. So,
Sure.
and there is a lot more challenges when you don't you are not proactive, and you're just reacting to just to like a patch or a band-aid to try to solve the problem. But at the end of the day, you know that that is going to cost you a lot more money, because the longer you let it go, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you're gonna have a $500,000 project, if you don't fix it, it might cost you double.
Sure.
So, but we're seeing that a lot there. I'm not sure if it's because of the situation with the money, with what's going on nowadays, but or it's just that sometimes they don't think it's necessary to do it. They think it's not worth it to spend the money at the time because it looks okay. But
Yeah.
materials deteriorate and they have a lifetime that they last.
Sure.
So but unfortunately there are a few that they don't see it that way. So that's what we're seeing at that in these situations.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense, and some of it might be related to just they don't know, or they haven't been educated on certain things in terms of how long materials might last, or maybe they're new at a property and they don't have the history. They don't know who's worked there. They don't know when things were last addressed, and they're just trying to get their hands around stuff. So I know they can have, property managers can, in particular, have their own set of challenges if there's, turnover, or they're just taking over a building and trying to get their hands around what's happening. If there are situations where, and we know that this is pretty common, budgets aren't unlimited. Just about everybody has some sort of budget constraint, some more so than others. If they do have, several different issues, whether it's water infiltration or deterioration, if they have a limited budget that can't address all of their issues, how do you like think through that with them in terms of, hey, this is where you should prioritize the budget you do have right now? How do you help them to think through that?
Yes, we try to help them out by facing the building or the condominium high rises,
Yeah.
by approaching the worst areas, trying to take care of the worst areas first, and then put a phase plan to to do it in phases through
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3 years, uh, to help them out. But we have to make sure that what we take care now, it's a good repair that is not going to affect down the road. And right now we are working at like 3 condominium buildings with 3 different clients that we've been doing work for them for the last 3 years. And that's
Sure.
what we did. We face it. So we put a plan together and we face it for 3 years. One it's for 4 years, and we went and to take care of the worst areas where they have the most water damages, and we took care of that first, and then we face it to complete facade restoration to take care of the rest of the building. And everything is been working out fine, and they're happy. If they're happy, we're happy, and that's how we try to help.
Yeah.
And we have quite a few clients that we were doing that, and so far it's working out. Uh, so that's where we are with that situation.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point, that clients don't need to feel overwhelmed by large projects. Certainly, they're not insignificant, but yeah, we can put together plans to help them phase things and address the worst areas, like you said, Elias. So maybe you're concentrating on areas that may have yeah, some structural concerns, or it always seems like there's water infiltration into like the most important areas of a building, whether it's the IT room or the president's office or something like that. There's always a that always seems to be the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to address those hot spots, and then attacking the worst areas first, and working toward maybe the areas that need it a little less, but still doing it from a phased approach. So I think that's key, to show them that you're a partner with them, that you're there to help them, and accommodate their budget within reason, and work with them. I know that that's not always the case. Sometimes it's a project that cannot wait, and they need to figure out how to do that. And there could be some other implications on the financial side that they have to consider. But I think that's a good point. If if you had to think of, and this might be a little bit harder question, for you to think about, maybe like a common mistake or two that you see, like kind of leading up to construction, or maybe you see like a manager kind of regret something later, or wish they had started something differently. Have you ever seen something like that in your projects, where they maybe made a decision and later realized, oh, I should have done something else?
Uh, Not much of that, but
Okay.
yeah, uh, I seen it probably before I become an owner. I've been on the field for a while,
Sure.
and sometimes what probably what it is that there are managers that they go because the budget is not there, so they go the cheapest way.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, the cheapest way is not always the best.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I see a problem there,
Yeah.
because they end up at the end of the day paying a lot more money. So
Yeah.
but it's really hard, because if they don't have the money and they gotta do something about it, it's hard. But it's they got to figure out a way to do something, and I guess that's why they they go by that decision.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's one of
No.
those things that it's hard to figure it out. What's the best way, but that's how I see
Yeah.
that portion
I
of the
know.
work.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I don't envy the decisions they have to make at times to prioritize things and work with the tools that they've been given on the property management side. I know there's certainly challenges, but I think yeah, going back to what you said earlier in that conversation about like a band-aid repair, you don't want to do something that's just kind of addressing like a symptom, because at the end of the day they may spend money on something that really doesn't address their overall problem, and they end up spending more in the long run trying to do sort of an inexpensive, lesser repair just to sort of get through, if you will. And I guess there's times where you have to do a temporary repair or something that's kind of a smaller fix, so they can get a contractor lined up to do larger repairs, or maybe wait for their budget to sort of catch up to doing things. But yeah, I think the more that you can avoid just sort of doing a kind of a surface level repair that doesn't address the root cause, all the better, to help them start to address the root causes of their issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, are there if you look at a project, and there's plenty of projects that you do on your own, that you guys are more than capable of doing and have done for quite a long time, are there what sort of things might trigger you to seek like outside help, whether it's like an engineer or an architect, or even a subcontractor, if you need somebody to assist with, doing a certain aspect of the work that's very specialized. What sort of things might prompt you to know, hey, I need to partner with some folks to assist these managers?
Yeah, I mean, I really love to work with engineering because communication.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes more smooth because the communication is there, the planning is there, the right scope of work is there, and the property managers or building owners feel a lot of the times they feel more comfortable with the engineering because I mean that's your specialty, to
Mm-hmm.
develop that scope of work, to do the assessments on the properties. And I feel great because we got the scope of work that we have to follow and perform the work as it is on the scope of work.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the communication between uh, engineering, the property manager, and the contractor is there. We had those progress meetings. Uh, that everything is there, so it's great. I mean, I love to work with you guys uh, on projects, especially that there are
Yeah.
projects that they're not easy projects. And the thing is that a lot of times, uh, you know, it's good to have you there because sometimes what's on the papers or on the scope of work is not what actually you see it on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have some of those issues before, but when we meet on site, we go over things, and we see the problem, we both understand that what is the problem, and you take that communication to the property managers, and they feel very comfortable. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, by just doing the work yourself, like us, the contractors, sometimes it's a little bit tricky. I haven't had any
Yeah.
problems. Uh, they trust me. They know the
Mm-hmm.
quality of work we do, but that problem it's out there. But I always love to work with engineering because it's everything is more um clearly of what you're gonna do. And like I said,
Yeah.
property managers, owners, they feel a lot comfortable. So, but we do it directly. We have a lot of clients that we deal with them directly, but we
Mm-hmm.
do quite a few projects with engineering, like you guys.
Yeah, and I think that has been a great partnership. And there's, I think again, it goes back to like the trust that you had mentioned, because once you work with contractors long enough, you start to recognize, yeah, the superintendents, the foremen, the mechanics in the field. Yeah, things, their strengths, who's best for certain projects, and questions to ask when you're out there and looking at things. And every project will have challenges at some point. It'll have a
Oh,
hidden
yes.
condition, yeah, that we didn't see, that you uncover, and we know that you'll call us so we can figure it out together, rather than just kind of muddle your way through it. Because yeah, we want to have that good communication and good partnership with a variety of contractors. And there's consultants that we call on for help too when we have certain things on the engineering side that's a challenge, that we know that we could really use some outside expertise. So I think knowing kind of your limits is just as important as knowing as what you're capable of.
Yes,
um,
that is
because we could always
correct.
use an outside resource. Yeah.
Yeah, I when I go to a project and I see that uh, I'm gonna need help, And I
Yeah.
think I have reached out to you a couple of times, and this might need your help here because I can't.
Sure.
And it's I think it's the best thing to do because I don't just want to go and grab the job and just to get it and do it.
Yeah.
But that might compromise my business, that might compromise the company. And I don't like to do that. If there is something that I think I'm gonna need help, I will ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna compromise. And that's why you guys are out there to help. Uh, and probably that's why we're doing great in the business.
Yeah. No, and I think so, and I think it's shown in how you guys have grown too in the last 5 years. Yeah, it's been great to see it from my perspective. And as we wrap up, is there? I know we've covered a lot, but is there anything that you can think of that might be, kind of a piece of advice that you'd like to leave, managers with? In terms of how they can maybe better take care of their buildings or approach things, just from your experience.
Yeah. Be proactive,
Yeah.
plan ahead. Uh, don't wait until the last minute, or don't wait until the water is pouring down inside the unit. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's just be proactive. And if you are proactive, if you have a good plan ahead, that will help you budgeting to, you know, even if you're gonna do it in phases, but you will have that budget there. And if you have a good budget, you you're gonna have a good result at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be good for the investment that is gonna last a lot longer than just a few years. So I think the key is planning ahead, uh, budgeting ahead, and that makes things a lot easier for them and for us. Because when we go and to perform the work, or when we go and put the bid together, uh, the money is there to do it right,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't uh, have to choose the cheapest guy, because
Yeah.
as we know, that might be costing a lot more money later on.
Sure.
So planning ahead and budgeting. That's my take on that.
Yeah. I think those are yeah, great advice, wise words, Elias. Well, yeah, I just want to thank you again for joining us and just for sharing some of your experience. And yeah, I know that you'll have many more years ahead of you in the industry and working together. So look forward to that and helping property managers in the DC area with future challenges together.
Yes, no, thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate it. And I will see you around.
Sounds good, Elias. Thank you.
All right, a good day.
Good to have.
All right.